Hello class, my name is Afiandi Okta Maulana, you can call me Afiandi, and I'll be your lecturer in the next 4 meeting. Today, we are going to discuss about fundamental of digital innovation. Our contents today, we are going to discuss about the introduction, of course. The second one is course structure. The third one is backgrounds. The fourth one is defining digital innovations. And we will learn about fundamental assumption of digital innovation, what is the fundamental properties, later on about convergence and generativity. And then we will discuss about 3 important consequences of digital innovations, and we'll discuss about key takeaways. First of all, you are going to see me in the next following 4 meeting, in which starting on 18th of April 2022. In this first meeting, we are going to discuss about understanding digital innovations. This course will discuss about how does digital innovation differs from traditional or non-digital innovations. The next following 2 days, on 20th April to 2022, we learn about platformification in business and industries. How does digital innovation change the structure of the industry? And the third one, on 25th of April, we will discuss about network externalities, standard in digital innovations. How are new innovations related to the past path-dependent trajectories and current circumstances? And the last one, on 28th April 2022, we will discuss about strategies for adoption of innovation. As you see from your screen, that the beginning of Google, you see that how many of you have been using Google in nowadays. People mostly using the search engine as the basic tools to search something or to search any information in the internet. Actually, it began from this left side. If you have seen, there is a paper from Sergey Brin and Lawrence Page in 1998. They wrote a paper with the title "The Anatomy of Large-Scale Hypertextual Web Search Engine." And later on, you see how this idea is being built and grow exponentially by the time into this. This is the first idea, and then this is the second one, into this picture that finally the Google then go to the capital market and their companies been placed into the Nasdaq stock exchange. We know by the time that technology invented, and later on it can become a big corporation. It happened anywhere, not only this example is Google, but you see there is different companies that been growing around the world in regard to their base, or in regard to their first identification to the problems, to the first idea, how these companies been built, what's the rationale of this creation of the company, and later on, by the time, through the innovation, through the changes, they can grow into very big corporation. Information has changed connection between information. So you see that information has changed chiefly between the context of information itself, how it connects to the people. Connection between information, you see that is growing in numbers. This is the vertical line and this is the horizontal line. connection between people changes, right, from the PC era into the Web 1.0 time, and then by the time of 1998 it changed into Web 2.0, and then later on it changed into Web 3.0, and today in changed into 4.0. In the context of internet, there is shift change from the internet based on the PCs, and then to the desktop, to the online services, to the web, to the social web, to the real-time web, to the semantic web, to the web OS, and then to the intelligent website. It disconnects how people agree each other, how people communicate, how people learn from this technology. It became the issue in the society, how this technology helped them to overcome the challenges in the future. As you may see that we know that research and development in this line, the relevance of accounting is decreasing, as you may see from this 1950s into 2013. There is decrease in number of relevance of accounting into only less than 20%, and then there is increased number in research and development regarding of the corporations. There is a question regarding this shift in terms of whether or not the cost structure is changes between accounting relevance, the relevance of accounting, and the research and development as percentage of sales, whether or not the technological capabilities as new assets. As we know that newer companies are entering the market by endowing more intangible capital, as be seen from the rising research and development, and then this axis including technology, algorithm, then fixed asset and capital asset to the companies. It is very interesting because according to this idea, there is a shift between, if you know that in accounting we do have the terminology between fixed asset in compared to non-fixed asset or non-fixed asset, okay, and which we call it as, let's say it's non-fixed asset, and then this, let's say it's intangible asset, okay. It changes from the fixed asset into intangible asset. Intangible asset is something that we cannot, it doesn't have any physical sides perspective in compared to the fixed one. Do you think that the idea of innovation have changed swiftly, or it is changed very fast? Perhaps you have to understand the historical facts of the internet itself, how the sociology of the internet's been drawn in 2027 by Randall Munro, and around that year he make a geographical picture what's the most popular online communities at the time as island and continents. Land and size was based roughly on the number of users of each services. You see from this video, this screen, that in the north part this is Yahoo, Windows Live, and there is a MySpace. The small ones is Wikipedia project in the south, and then there is a C Culture, there is Gulf of YouTube, and then there is any other, there is a Friendster. It's the time when you haven't, there is no Facebook, yet, and people still there is a Facebook here. Yeah, small, very small one. In my country, Indonesia, there used to be Friendster a user more than Facebook one. I remember that it's around 2006, 2007, and then suddenly they left Friendster and they go to Facebook one. So what is innovation? Innovation defined as creative destruction. Innovation, as you have seen, would destroy existing technologies and methods of production by newer and more efficient product. What's the key point? It will destroy. The main destroying is it can replace the existing technologies and methodologies, because innovation is it has very strong linkage with the businesses, and while businesses applied this innovation perspective, they will replace their existing or their previous technology into the new one. It means that the production will increase. It can create efficient product. We do know that in the past you may see that there is discontinuity in terms of technology, such as telephone line. It changes into the optical network and wireless, and then there is a merger and acquisition in terms of business unit between one company to other, and then there is a change in social and political restructuring. Now we are going to discuss about what is digital market restructuring. Currently, we've seen changes in the way people doing businesses in the context of business strategy and business application around the world. Some businesses in this digital era is try to adapt and utilize the digital innovations by doing market restructuring. The first they do is industrial restructuring. Through industrial restructuring, they can disappear the industry boundaries in which previously exist, and then due to digital market innovation, there is no industry boundaries, and then they can alleviate the entry barriers of the businesses, and then they can reposition their market position. Secondly, the companies between one to another can make alliances, and then they can share cost reduction innovation using these inter-firm alliances. The second one is through the deregulations. We see that current digital market restructuring affect regulation by the collapse of natural monopoly, and then the second one through using competitive entry and repricing, and through privatization and strategic alliances. Newly competitive positioning, it means that hyper-competitive strategy by the company and substituting for protected market position using technological assumption shift by digitalizing the businesses, using wide bandwidth, wireless business type, and then platformification. And then the last one is business ecosystem. Cooperation business model between one to another acts in union and share core capabilities. Later on, digital innovation defined as the creation of consequences change in the market by offering something unique through the business process or models that result from the use of digital technology. So the basic line is the use of digital technology to create new consequences of on the market. Whether it is we offer something new, it changes the business process, we adopt new models, something like that. It can be different types of outcome, such as new products, new platform, new services, and then broad swaths of digital tools and infrastructure for making innovation possible, such as 3D printing, data analytics software, mobile computing, and etc. And then possibility that outcome may be diffuse, assimilated, or adapted to specific use contexts, such as typical experience with digital platform. So digital innovation changes many things, and then it can shift companies into the context of what they need to overcome the challenges in their market. Old fundamental assumption regarding innovations is we only focus innovation on the fixed product, and then the innovation can only be applied in decentralized companies, and then innovation process and outcome are distinct and different phenomena. So innovation mainly focus on the products, and then it's created by decentralized company. So what is well-bounded phenomenon focused on fixed product? Most digital design remains somewhat incomplete and instead of flux. And then as a result, the company face unpredictability and dynamism. Boundaries have become more porous and fluid. Innovation process and outcome has become less bounded in terms of their temporal structure, less clear as to when a particular process innovation phase starts and ends. Innovation process unfold in a non-linear fashion across time and space. Innovation process and outcome reflect newer success criteria, underlying factors. You see from this presentation that Google has changed from this first from this perspective into the newer perspective. And then the nature of innovation is centralized. You see the shift towards distributed innovation, and then collection of actors. Why they change to in and out? Well, their goals has changed in the new platform. And then currently we face a digital platform, and open standard enable collective to pursue innovation collaborations. We see the Apple business ecosystem has seen that's not only limited into one company in which created in the United States, but it is consists of several linkage, okay, between one companies to other companies around the world. Innovation itself, its process and outcome are distinct from different phenomena. We see that innovation outcome are complex and dynamic. We can create multiple weeks of innovation, unexpected interaction and collaboration between different stakeholders. Innovation process and outcome are shaping and being shaped by the others. You see, what is this? This is the old media player, and then this Apple video player, and then this one. And then what is digital? Digital innovation consists of physical materiality and digital materiality and the entanglement between the two. Physical materiality is artifact that can be touched or seen. Hard to change cannot connote a sense of place of a time, and then digital materiality is software incorporated into artifact that can do by manipulating digital representations. So what is fundamental properties of digital technology? Is called reprogrammability and data homogenization. So where is the artificial intelligence fit in the context of digital innovations? Where is it? It goes to the lore of data analysis. The data and training prediction recognize The speech and image self-teaching maker decision solve complex problem. You can see from this perspective there is different types of the role of AI, and it is also affected by the paper created by Turing in 1950s using Turing test. And then we know that now currently AI has changed the way that music hits are made, according to The Verge. And then using these two argumentation, the name is convergence and generativity, we can apply the unique characteristic of innovation in the digital technology. Convergence is bring previous separate users experience embedded into previous non-digital physical artifacts, bring together separate industry. There is different types. You can see if we leave the example of these types, what is convergence. Consequently, Apple is mostly an iPhone company that you can see from the sales of the financial reporting. And then Facebook is 99% an advertising company, Google is at 85 advertising company. And then do you know that Amazon is mostly a store and marketplace? Microsoft is diversified. A key part of corporate strategy is to understand what ultimately drives firms' revenue, especially in the digital economy. By understanding what drives them, what is their main structure of revenue, you can understand what the type of this company is. What is generativity? It's related to procrastinating binding of a form and function. New capability such as the creating the iOS and App Store. The second one is manifested in the wake of innovations using innovation tools like 3D visualization and architecture, 3D printing and prototype manufacturing. The third one is live unprecedented volume of digital traces as byproduct or derivative innovation, such as jogging exercise data, social media conversation, and big data. This is the use of innovation technology in the way to calculate food pressure data using technology. This is the AI. So what is the importance of digital platform? The first one is building block, providing acts as a foundation. Is it not new, but digital technology make it widely spread and hypothetically unlimited? Implications: balancing the generativity versus control, such as the Apple iOS, and then the jailbreak to overcome the limitation from the Apple. Share more data and process across organization boundaries between firms and construction. Innovation activities become increasingly horizontal. Too much heterogeneity and boundless innovation create chaos in the context of IT. The second one is emergence of distributed innovation. We do know that currently anyone can create innovation, not only limited into one or two companies around the world. Prevalence of combination innovation, creating new product or service by combining existing model with embedded technology such as running shoes and microchip GPS, Facebook APIs, and so on and so forth. So what's the implication is the modularity is crucial condition of combination innovations adopted from physical world and assume stable and fixed boundaries. Firm need to invest new form of creativity, builds environment of constraint serendipity. Ideas with only spread follow as curve but will mutate and evolve as they spread. The heightened complexity of the innovation process create heterogeneous modules, diverse actors, systemic risk, and intended consequences. As a result, firms now need to learn how to build up and organize digital platform, learn how to carefully deal with the fault lines. You see that there is a curve here. So what's the takeaways of this meeting is the logic of digital innovation is very different than the traditional on digital innovation. You have to understand that what is the foundation of digital innovation will help you to create and digital strategies, such as how do you acquire the necessity of the knowledge, how do you establish network and build relationship, how to keep ahead of the competition. And then the third one is combining difference, such as actor, platform, service, technology could create innovations. Thank you very much. Bye bye.